Welcome into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. This is the show that highlights Giles, Lawrence, and Maury counties off on the pages of your local newspapers. I'm Scott Stewart, the publisher of your local newspapers. That's Pulaski Citizen, Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury. Here's some highlights to look for in this week's wraps and from the pages of this week's local newspapers. Main Street Maury has week 4 of Piggly Wiggly's anniversary celebration. Don't miss the deals going on down at Neely's Mills, Piggly Wiggly, coming to you every week right here from the pages of Main Street Maury. Also, the proposed 2025-26 Maury County budget is printed in this week's Main Street Maury. In the Lawrence County Advocate, the annual Lawrenceburg Fireworks Show is coming up this weekend, Saturday, and promises to be bigger and better, the biggest and best yet, let's put it that way. Also, Saturday is the West End Community Club breakfast. You need to run down to West End and get you some good breakfast. In Pulaski, the Pulaski Citizen Freedom Fest and the Pulaski Fireworks Show will be next Tuesday. That's July the 1st at Sherwood Park. So get this. You can enjoy every one of our Southern Middle Tennessee communities' fireworks shows over a 6-day period. You could call it a little firework road trip if you want. So starts off Saturday, June the 28th in Lawrenceburg, right? And then goes to Pulaski, July the 1st. That's Tuesday, July the 1st in Pulaski. And then July the 4th, Friday, July the 4th in Maury County and Columbia at the Maury County Park. So like I said, make a little road trip out of it and enjoy the fireworks shows in all 3 of our Southern Middle Tennessee communities. All you really need after that is a little apple pie and some baseball, and you'd be all-American, right? So information for all those are also in your local newspapers, which are the Pulaski Citizen, Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury. We'd love for you to get a copy of your local newspaper every single week delivered to you in your mailbox or on your computer screen with a subscription. Here's how to get your subscription started now. Call 931-363-3544 or 931-762-1726 or 615-452-4940. Any one of those numbers will get you what you need for any one of our newspapers. Or you can also visit PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMaury.com, and LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net. Any one of those websites also will get you the information you need to get a subscription to any one of our newspapers. So the guys are coming up. We're all going to be coming up here in just a minute to give you each one of our wraps for each one of our communities. So let's just go ahead and get it started. Let's get our wraps going.
This is Chandler Harmon bringing you this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrap. And we'll start this week with our Citizen Spotlight of Kayla Berry. Her photo graced the spot of honor at the top and center of our front page. Also in A1, the Giles County Commission is scheduled to meet this Thursday to vote on their proposed 2025-26 budget, which features a 56-cent property tax increase if approved by the full commission. July 1st is Freedom Fest, which will take place at Sherwood Park. Admission will be free for those who want to attend. The stage will open at 5 p.m. and fireworks will follow at 9 p.m. Anyone who has not paid their 2023 taxes will officially be in delinquency in the city of Pulaski at the beginning of next month. And finally, in A1, the Evening Rotary Club has been going around decorating the fronts of any businesses in the downtown area who have been interested. Anyone who wants their businesses decorated for 4th of July should contact Cara Truitt to register and for more information. Inside, the Giles County School Board clarified that their budget does not have a huge impact on the county's budget as a whole, as they are not asking for any new money. The UT Health Science Center College of Nursing is partnering with UT Martin and UT Southern to increase access to health care and expand the nursing workforce. Panda is this week's GCHA Corner Pet of the Week. And as always, the Pulaski Citizen has obituary notices, court dockets, property transfers, government public notices, backward glances, fun and games, church directory, community briefs, Tennessee Valley weather, and church briefs. Well, that's it for this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrapped. We'll be right back after this.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Busy bee.
Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Hello, I'm your Columbia reporter Andrew Pearson, and this is Main Street Murray's Wrap for the week of June 25th. Once again, I wrote all the articles on the front page and a few later on, too. Mount Pleasant City Commission heard welcome news this month. Both the downtown square and the bridge at the north end of town should be open to the public by the second week in July or earlier. TDOT has done a lot of work and investment for both projects, and for which the commissioners thank them. Mount Pleasant also approved its municipal budget and received reports on some other projects at that meeting. Columbia State put the top-out beam in their new Southern Regional Technology Center last Tuesday. Anecdote Architectural Experiences designed the 88,000 square foot building, and Hoare Construction, that's spelled H-O-A-R, are executing the $50 million build job. Its different wings and labs will teach technical, industrial, healthcare, and vocational skills to the students of Columbia State and the TCATs in Hohenwald and Pulaski. School bus drivers Pam Trovinger and Raymond O'Field are being hailed as heroes after they saved 11 young children when their bus's engine caught fire. They escorted the students who were in kindergarten and the first grade off the bus without any complications, then fought the fire with an extinguisher till Columbia Fire responded to the incident. It took place at City Limits Apartments north of Columbia, and the school district sent the kids home on another bus. They congratulated City Limits residents Yana and Elizabeth as well for helping keep the young children in place while the adults were working to solve the problems. Everybody's very happy with how everything turned out. Columbia passed its budget for the coming fiscal year at its city council meeting 2 weeks ago. The city kept its 82.5-cent property tax rate and passed a slight water rate hike to fund the ongoing replacement of CPWS's water infrastructure. We'll have more news on Columbia's budget this week. And finally, Spring Hill police arrested the second suspect in the shooting on Shandor Street that severely injured a 1-year-old baby in early June. 18-year-old Latavius Lee was arrested in Clarksville after the department nabbed a 17-year-old suspect in the case as well the previous week. Police believe right now that the shooting resulted from a drug deal gone bad, but won't publish any other information or theories on the case. In our other news, Laura Duncan is the new principal of Battle Creek Elementary School. Maury Regional recognized was recognized by Health Grades for providing outstanding patient experiences. Spring Hill Public Library published their July calendar of events in Main Street, Maury. A teen couple, Isaac Quaresma and Jezebel Curry, have run away from Columbia and are still missing, and Columbia police are looking for leads in the case. Veteran Services and the DAR will commemorate the Korean War today at the Columbia Vets Memorial Building. The State Comptroller recognized Spring Hill for submitting a distinguished budget to them. A crash on I-65 last week killed one person and injured another and stopped traffic for miles while THP investigated. And the Sons of the American Revolution held ceremonies last week honoring veterans and welcoming Tom Du Bois to their organization. Thank you for tuning into this week's wrap. Next week, my segment will be read by someone else while I'm on honeymoon with the newly minted Mrs. Sarah Pearson. See you all the week after, and God bless.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
The Lawrence County Wrap starts this week with the coverage of a public hearing that was held in Leoma at the Leoma Elementary School on June the 13th. That public hearing was set to get public input on the proposed merger of the Leoma Utility District with Lawrenceburg Utility Systems. There was a lot of good information that came out of this meeting. It's a long story. I wrote it. I can tell you it's a good long story that really has a lot of good information. And in case you were wondering, in case anybody wants to know, it is undoubted, there is no doubt whatsoever that the customers of the Leoma Utility District are not in favor of the merger. Let's put it that way. Also on page 1 this week, Lawrenceburg's annual fireworks show promises to be at least twice as big as it was last year, or it has been in the past few years, and that's coming up Saturday. A teen trapped beneath a tractor was rescued by local emergency responders. A local man was killed in a wreck recently, and deputies used Narcan to save an overdose patient. Inside, the rodeo came to town recently, and despite the rain, the rodeo was a success for the fans and for the Henryville Fire Department, which uses those funds raised from that event to help cover their annual costs. Limitless Lawrence County is a nonprofit that focuses on families seeking to create a limitless life of inclusion for their loved ones with different abilities. Carrie Staggs shares that amazing story with us. The Etheridge City Commission has set up a new system for sharing the keys to the city ballpark, and Sandy Mashburn has that story for us. Lawrence County Schools has filled several positions for the 25-26 school year. Southern Tennessee Bone and Joint also has celebrated their new facility. Today, which is Wednesday, has been proclaimed Sheriff's Deputy Appreciation Day. We've got a photo with County Executive David Morgan making that proclamation. Lawco Kids cut the ribbon on their new facility. Rotary recognizes some of their own. Local Columbia State Community College students have been pinned as emergency medical technician graduates. Neil Beard stays around home for this week's travel column, which focuses on the Nelson Cemetery, and the Lawrence County Historical Society's April meeting focused on our favorite photographer here at the Lawrence County Advocate, Howard Johnston. And you guessed it, there's going to be plenty of photos, right? if Hojo was involved. And there's a lot more to see in the Advocate this week, including local obituaries, local community announcements, government notices, auctions and estate sales, the forecast from Tennessee Valley weather, 2 pages of puzzles and comics, and the local church directory. And that's it for the Lawrence County Advocate this week. We'll be right back right after this.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now I'm ready, guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Hey, I'm Maurice Patton, Regional Sports Editor for Southern Middle Tennessee. This week's sports wrap-up from the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury for June 25th. Let's start with our Main Street Maury coverage. We have coverage of Columbia Academy's 7-on-7 event on Thursday evening to kind of wrap things up before everybody went into the dead period. The Bulldogs hosted Lewis County, Ezel Harding, Battle Creek, and Spring Hill. And again, we've got coverage of everything that went on over there and what those teams were trying to get done on Thursday over at Columbia Academy before they headed into the dead period. We've also got coverage of Columbia Post-19, the seniors are getting ready for their annual Independence Day Classic that will take place July 4th through 6th at Columbia State's Dave Hall Field and at Mount Pleasant High School's Eddie Bassam Field. So check out what Post-19 has been up to heading into the holiday. We've also got some Larry Woody outdoors coverage of woods and waters. So be sure and see all of that in this week's Main Street Maury print edition for June 25th. In the Lawrence County Advocate, we've got some coverage of the Summertown Eagles blasting crew. Their skeet shooting team went to state competition recently. See how they did. Also, the LC Waves swim team competed recently over at Fayetteville. We've got coverage of that, and we also have Larry Woody with his outdoor coverage. In the Pulaski Citizen, more 7-on-7 as both Richland and Giles County were in action over at Middle Tennessee State University last week. See how they did, what they did, and what their coaches thought of their performances in this week's Pulaski Citizen. In all three of those papers, in addition to Larry Woody's outdoor coverage, we've also got some girls flag football. The Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association's Board of Control voted to make girls flag football a championship sport for the upcoming school year. It had been an emerging sport this past year. They had a state invitational tournament. Ravenwood won it. They are now an official full-fledged championship sport. And see what that means for some area teams. At least one school plans to add girls flag football to its menu of options athletically. Most of the other schools in the area are not quite ready for that just yet, but see who's doing what with girls flag here over the next year or two in all three of our selections. Again, the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury all have coverage of that development with girls flag football at the state level and what it means locally. Coming up, we've got Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association's all-state team. We've got the Tennessee Sports Writers Association's all-state teams for all spring sports. That'll be baseball, softball, boys and girls tennis, boys and girls track, and boys soccer coming up on our websites. Also, big honor for former Columbia Central football standout Shaq Mason. He will be inducted this fall into the Georgia Tech Athletics Hall of Fame. We'll have coverage of that online at mainstreetmaury.com and in print next week at mainstreetmaury.com. On Main Street Maury. There we go. Got a lot going on. Also, down in Pulaski, or down in Giles County, former Richland softball standout Ava Schrader has signed a college scholarship with UT Southern after spending her freshman season over at Chattanooga State. We've got coverage of that on the website, and we will have that in print next week. So be sure and check out next week's Pulaski Citizen. Be sure and check out all three of those print editions for July 2nd. Again, Pulaski Citizen, Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury to keep up with everything we've got going on in sports this summer. I'm Maurice Patton, Regional Sports Editor for Main Street Media of Tennessee, covering Southern Middle Tennessee. We'll see y'all next week.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Well, good Wednesday morning. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a quick check on your forecast. Starting off warm, temperatures in the 80s early on, and we'll be getting into the low, even mid-90s, maybe even upper 90s out there. Heat index values anywhere from 100 to 108 out there. Just an isolated shower storm possible. Rain chances are less than 20% on your Wednesday. We do see an increase in some of those rain chances, though, as we get into Thursday and into the weekend. 7-day forecast looks like this. We have that increase in rain and storm chances, so that decreases our temperatures. Hottest day will end up being today on your Wednesday, and then we'll see temperatures tick down into the lower 90s as we head into the weekend and early next week.
Hey, that's it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee this week. Make sure you get a copy of your local newspaper so that you don't miss a minute or a second of the coverage that we have lined up for you all across Southern Middle Tennessee. For more information on subscribing to any of our local newspapers, you can visit one website, and one website will do it all. That is MainStreetMediaTN.com. That's MainStreetMediaTN.com. And again, we thank you for trusting us as your source for local news, information, sports, and more. And good Lord willing, we're going to be right back here next week on Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.